Good morning, afternoon, or whichever time you're listening to this. My name is Nick, and with the Bicker Bunch podcast, I'm joined by my father, Michael.
Hello.
We're back again. Sorry we were a little late. It's completely my fault. So I'm a very busy person here lately. But we got, a lot of changes, a lot of fun changes, I think. Good changes coming. We're officially under the Crazy Blue Squirrel thing, which is my film studio. We're going to be working under that, so you're a Crazy Blue Squirrel as well now.
The crazy part's probably true. But,
Yeah, crazy. We're not blue, we're not squirrels, and there's no meaning behind the name. I just thought it was cute, so it works,
There you go.
it's a catchy little, I like our little logo. I think it's catchy. Yeah. So yeah, I got that. That's a new thing, and we will still be the Bicker Bunch podcast, even though we are not a bunch and we don't bicker. It's really right now. That's the good name. Oh shit! Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little difficulty. But the name, it'll stay there right now. I haven't seen any reason to change it yet. So
there's a lot of changes coming, and I think today's podcast will let Nick do most of the talking. He's gonna talk about a big project he's been working.
yeah, got a very big project.
Kind of exciting, and I'll just be here to ask stupid questions because I don't know much about what he's really doing. And
to be honest, I'm not sure if I do either. So
maybe add a few things here and there, but this one's on Nick, I think, for the most part.
Yeah. Well, outside of forming a new little film studio, I've written a movie, or about to be a movie. I wrote it. It's called New Day. At least that's the title for now. It may change. I'm not putting that in stone yet.
Yeah.
Because I've probably changed it 15 times since I wrote the damn thing. Changed dialogue almost weekly. So it's never, and when you write, it's never good.
No.
So there's just
Never good enough.
There's just a point where I just stop and say, that's enough.
Yeah.
Let's go. And the cinematographer, we are doing contract. I got his contract in today.
Oh, that's good.
So I got to read it over, sign it, and pay the man. Well, pay the man part of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna pay him all of it.
No, not at all. Yeah, because that's an expensive one. But yeah, we got that, and this week we'll announce it here and on my Facebook page, and I'll put it up in local Jacksonville area film pages. As I'm looking for actors, looking for 2 female leads. That's really it. It's a small project, cheap as cheap can be. It won't cost that much actually to make this thing. Making a movie is actually a lot cheaper than Disney makes it look.
Yeah, well, they got the big budgets, and
they can, and they can afford the, $20 million actors. Actually, I learned something interesting. They don't. The guy who plays Spider-Man makes $1 million a movie, which I know sounds like a lot. But that's freaking Spider-Man. You'd think he'd make like $20 million a movie, but yeah, it makes $1 million a movie. But
no, I wouldn't mind making $1 million.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. Not at all. That would be awesome. But I just kind of thought that was interesting that a guy as big as Spider-Man's not pulling top billing. But that's kind of amazing. His first movie he made $500,000 on it. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. But back to my point. So yeah, I'm making a movie. That's what my next project is. I'm writing, directing, producing. I'll be the gaffer. That's the lighting guy because we don't have one. A few of my friends have signed on. Phoebe will be a part of the crew. My friend Phoebe, Tommy. You know Tommy very well. You've all heard of Tommy. If you've listened to our past podcast, she'll be involved as well. Trying to get a couple more people in. We're mainly just doing people who want to volunteer because I don't have thousands of extra dollars to spend on a huge crew. But I think we got. I need 1 or 2 more people for the crew, which I'll have by the end of the month because we're looking to start filming in March.
Okay.
Either early March or mid March. So right now it's leaning towards more mid March because not only am I got to do all the contract stuff, the cinematographer, we got to talk shot lists, we got to plan it, we got to do all of the pre-production stuff. I have to get actors, have to get their contracts, You know, and I got to get with them and we got to go over it, make sure we all know what the hell the roles are and what everybody's doing. I'll be enlisting extras, you know, but I probably can't pay it to just be one of those, hey, look, I'm on a screen, you know. But that's the beauty of independent work, you know. I love independent work, I always have. Are there movies as good as the big budget ones? Probably not, but they have more heart to them, I always felt. You know, like a Kevin Smith movie has a shitload of heart. May not be a great movie sometimes.
Yeah.
Yoga Hosers is not his best work, but it's still... It still has a lot of heart, you know. You're like, damn, you know, that's still a really good movie. So, and that's what I want. That's all I want to do with that, and it's kind of opening the door for me. So, saying, hey, look, I can do this.
Yeah.
Look at me, you know. Maybe we'll make money. Hopefully, we make some money. Maybe not. I have no idea. Distribution is where it's at, so it's where I can get it to and who I can get it to and stuff like that. But we gotta make it first. So that's the goal all of March and maybe into April is to film this thing. The rest of April we'll be editing. Hopefully by May I'll be able to start kind of showing it around a little bit. You know, I want to have good edit done and then start.
Well, there's some local theaters too that
Mm-hmm.
might, you know, can't remember the name of them. It's one of 5 Points, isn't there? That shows independent films.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sunray or something like
Sun
that.
something.
Sun something. Yeah, they're very, very good. Two local people. Like I was out there a couple weeks ago with Tommy. Her and I ate lunch out there, and you know, I looked up there. They had two, you know, well, one was an independent horror movie, that Megan movie.
Oh yeah.
But one was but it was kind of like nationally distributed indie movie. It got picked up. And then they had a actual like big budget movie, and then underneath that they had two local independent movies. So which is neat, you know. That's good for them. It costs money to put those in there, but hopefully, if I can make this cheap enough, I can slip a few dollars in there for getting it out there. But you can make pretty good money on it if you get word of mouth locally. But I would like to get it a little bit more than that, you know, eventually.
Oh sure. Yeah,
but it's a good start, right? I can show it locally. You didn't like this. Okay, let's edit this and fix this up and, you know, get it as close as I can get to good. You know, it doesn't need to, your first project doesn't need to be perfect. And I got to keep telling myself that because I'm anal retentive on that stuff and it's not perfect. I don't like it. Let's do it again, you know, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to just be good. And if you can make something good your first time out, you're good to go. You know, you can pick up work doing this and make this a profession. So that's my ultimate goal with it. And we'll see what happens. You know, it's a big project. It's a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. The writing, the script's only 133 pages long, which is roughly an hour and a half movie. So
that's good.
I'm not doing no 2.5 hour BS.
I hate long movies.
You and me
We've
both.
had that discussion.
Yeah.
Many times.
One of my favorite movies that come out in the past couple of years is The Batman. I love that movie. And I'll tell you, it's one of the best movies ever made. Mm-hmm. But it's 5 minutes short of 3 hours, and I just can't watch it that often.
I'm not good.
I love it. I would love to show it to you because I think you would enjoy it, but
I can't.
It's like, holy shit, after a while, it's like, okay, we can stop this now. Can't you just break this into 2 movies? Yeah, I'll be that guy, you know?
I was thinking about that the other day, and I remember when I was a kid, I went to a parochial school. I went to a Catholic school 1st through 6th grade. And, of course, when the movie, I think it was The 10 Commandments, came out, naturally, we all had to go see that.
Oh, yeah.
As a school. I think the whole school went. And I remember they had an intermission at the middle of it. The movie stopped, and came on the screen, said it was intermission, like 15 minutes or something, you know, and then and it was kind of like going to a play, you know, when you have the in between the acts. And they flash the lights, you know, saying, okay, time to go back to your seat, you know.
That's interesting.
I remember that, you know, an intermission, because that is a long movie. That is a very long, that's an epic. I mean.
Yeah, it's too long. But my problem with it is I saw that after I saw Planet of the Apes. So the whole time I was waiting for Charleston Heston to go, down dirty ape, you know, that look that he clenches his teeth. Yeah. Somehow he can still talk clearly with clenched teeth. It's amazing. Or it was amazing. He's not alive anymore.
But I just thought of that. It's like you got these 3-hour movies nowadays. Seem to be more common, but they're probably not. I mean, it has probably always been there.
I think the epics are all about 2.5 hours now.
But, you know, why don't they have an intermission?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
So, anyway.
Give people time to go pee.
Yeah. Get some more popcorn. And
Get some more popcorn. You'd think that they would do that and spend more money.
Whatever.
Well, my thing is, why aren't because movie theaters are struggling.
Yeah.
Streaming's a thing. Because, I could make this movie, send it to an aggregator. Aggregator will put subtitles, and they'll put it right up on Amazon and all those. They'll just put it right up on there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just sell this thing right to that way and just promote it, locally and try to make money that way. But I kind of like, you make something, kind of want to see it on the big screen. And I get that. But, but that has really changed and kind of hurt movie theaters is that kind of aggregation, getting stuff in immediately, being able to put it up there, video on demand. And you can sell more of them that way.
I think streaming is the thing nowadays. It is what it is.
Yeah. And movie theaters need to become more boutique. Have the restaurants in them, have where you can eat at your seat. Like a lot of West Coast theaters have. I think a lot of Northeast ones do too. I haven't seen any here in Jacksonville yet.
No.
If you're listening and you're from Jacksonville,
you run a movie theater.
You might want to gut your movie theater and put a restaurant in it. You need some help? Give me a call. Shoot me an email. Blue Squirrel Productions. No, I'll help you. No, but that's something that I liked over there. That's something that they need to do. But that's I could do that. There's avenues to get this thing out when I'm done. So it's not gonna be I'm gonna do this and it's just gonna sit in my lap for the rest of my life. I'm gonna do this incredibly probably stupid thing. Spend a lot of money and put it out there and
see where it goes
and see what happens. It's what's the worst? Nothing. Oh darn! Yeah. I can still for the rest of my life say, yeah, I made a movie.
Yeah, true.
And at the worst case scenario, I still tried something new and exciting, and that's kind of what I like to do. I get a little bored if I'm in a regular 9-to-5 job. I get bored.
Well, you might be back in that here pretty soon.
So. I might be. I might not have a choice, right? But it's one of those. It's tough for me. It always has been a little tough for me to maintain that kind of a life. So I need to give this a shot and push and fight and make it happen. And that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's I'm looking for 2 female leads. Hopefully. Soon. I'm going to put it out there and put it out here. If you're interested and you're in the Jacksonville area, I can't afford to bust people in. I just can't.
Yeah.
They have to be local talent. Hit me up. bluesquirrelproductions.com or @gmail.com is the email address. Send me your bio. Send me all of your stuff. I'll go over it and see if it works. Alexis in the movie, she's 20 to 25, and Beth in the movie is 35 to 45. She's a much older range there because when you get older, when you get over a certain age, you can make yourself kind of look as young as you need, as old as you need,
Yeah.
So it's a little. Then there's a point where you just can't do that anymore. It's usually after 45, and then it's like, okay, now you're an older actor. Sorry, Well, then you got Brad Pitt, who can still somehow be the friggin' big macho hero, and he's 60 years old. So.
It's hard to believe he's 60 years old.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's the best. I mean, he's probably the best actor, I think, out there right now. People will argue with me on that, but they're invalid. I'm sorry. But, and Tom Hanks, he's great, too. He's up there. But I still think Pitt might be better. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't watch enough movies.
I watch way too many movies. Way too many movies. But that's what I got going on. So it's
a big project.
Big project. A lot of fun. I'm tired because I'm doing 3 big jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Writing, producing. So I got to take care of all the contract stuff. I got to find where to shoot. I got to make sure we get crafty. The food.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of little things going on, and I've been busy. I've been really busy. I got props. Shout out to Mandy again. Thank you, Mandy, for all of your work on that. Hopefully I get those soon. She's making, there's I wanted to make the world real, but I didn't want to pay McDonald's, so I made a made up fast food company for it. Nick's Fast Food. They put the taste in fast food, got a logo and everything. And then we got a taco place, City Taco, since 2017. You know, with underneath it. You know, I want to make the world real, and I want it to look real. And there's a pizza one I'm working on too. I haven't done yet. I haven't figured out the pizza logo yet, but you just get boxes and she'll put them on the logos on there for me for the film, and then you have it looks better than getting a brown paper bag that's empty. Right? You know, it'll make the world look more real. Yeah. And I got to film a commercial for it because there's a scene where they're kind of watching TV. Again, I don't want to pay someone to put shit up on the TV. I'll just do it myself and put something up there. And it'll be like a Nick's fast food commercial or something up there. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
The home of the nub. You know, the breakfast nub. Nick Ultimate Breakfast. You know.
Maybe you should open a fast food restaurant.
I think I need to. Yeah, I might after this. You never know. But it's a lot of fun. I've been finding that creative mind again. So it's something I kind of lost. Being in the auto business for as long as I was, you know, kind of sucked that side of me out of there. But after this, I am currently writing another book too. I'm working on another book, and this is a big one. So it's be really cool. Looking forward to finishing that up.
That's good.
You know, I love writing. Writing is I don't know if I'll ever make money doing it. I hope so. I push and fight for it every day and promote myself as much as I can, but you never know. You know, I'm one of a billion books out there.
Oh,
you know? And
everybody wants to be a writer. I know I always wanted to be a writer, but I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have the talent. I just don't.
It's you know, I have the imagination. I don't know if I necessarily have the talent word-wise, but I have the imagination, and I know what I want it to look like. So it's, you just kind of try to find that happy balance in there. But yeah, that's what I have going on. So
that's good.
It's going to be cool, I think. I hope. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, we're here for you.
Thank you.
You know? So
it's like I said, it's a tremendous amount of work, but it's so far it's been a lot of fun. And like I said, you know, well, after this we'll have to go to a job at somewhere. Yeah, probably, but
who knows?
We'll see. Maybe I'll make enough to where I can continue to do what I'm doing. I don't know. You know, I really don't. But you're never going to know unless you try.
Yeah.
So, like Kevin Smith always says, live a why not kind of life. Why not? Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
See what happens.
It could be the biggest, most expensive waste of money I've ever made in my life, or it could hit, you know, you don't know unless you do it. So I'm going to do it. It's kind of the weird thing about me.
Well, you're already there. So
yeah, I'm already there.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I got people.
Close anyway.
Yeah, I got people. So once this thing starts, there's no turning back. Yeah. It's got to get done, you know. So
yeah, you got friends to help, and you got family here. So
yeah,
whatever works.
And that's been the nice thing, because I was looking at locations to shoot, and Tommy and John. My buddy John and his wife Katie, which are sweethearts, they're probably going to get listed as executive producers on this. They just would use our house. You know, because they wanted like a minimum of $1,000 a day to shoot in Jacksonville homes. You know, the city wants their little bit.
Of course.
And then the person who's putting up the house wants their little bit, and then this guy wants their little bit, and it's like, good God. So John was like, just do it here. John and Kate were both the sweethearts. Just do it here. And then Tommy's the same way. Just do it here. It's fine. You know, Tommy's is going to take a little bit more cleaning.
Yeah.
She's eccentric. I love her to death, but she is very eccentric, and she has stuff everywhere. So I'll help her organize that here probably next week. Take a weekend day and just go over there and help her move some things around, make it work for us. And then but yeah, it's been a lot of fun, you know, having people reach out to me like that. You know, hey, yeah, let's do that. Like the young man who's hopefully he's the cinematographer. Once we sign everything, he will be. He just reached out. I put a thing out on Facebook. Look, I need somebody. He lives in Atlanta, and he's like, look, I live up here, but I got family down there.
Oh, that's good. I was wondering what arrangements.
He's like, I want to do this. Yeah. Talking to you seem like you got a pretty good idea in your head, and you know what you want it to look like, and I know how to do this, so let's do it. And I'm like, okay. You know, of course money's involved, and
oh yeah, sure.
He's not cheap, but that's okay. You know, actors are not as expensive as they could be, so that's good. Especially when you're looking, you know, we're new, right? And everybody's doing this. This is his first big movie. This is my first movie. I do a lot of little YouTube videos. We don't do these big things. It's all of our first big project. So You know, look for actors who want to make a big project, you know, and their first time. And then you just kind of, and then when you make mistakes, like, oh, it's our first time. Like, oh, okay, you know what? You're right. You'll learn from the next one. Like, yeah, sure we will. So,
I hope.
That's the hope anyways.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I'm really excited. I do. It's also nerve-wracking. Anxiety.
Oh, sure.
Oh, my
Of course.
God.
Yeah.
You know, I already suffer from enough anxiety, and there's days where it's like, thank God they make CBD with a lot of THC in it, because I don't think I can sleep at night. But you know, it's still good. You know, like I'll have those moments where I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And then it'll follow up. Oh yeah, I'm making a freaking movie. This is kind of awesome. You know. So
Well, good.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You
It's
know,
a big project.
it is. It's huge, but it's 2 locations, 2 actors. And there's a 3rd actor I'll need for a day. It's Beth's in the movie's ex-husband, but they're friends. It's not like a contentious relationship or nothing. Nobody hates each other. You know? It was like a mutual split in it, and he's important for certain movements of plot. And so I'll have to bring him. I gotta find someone for that. I was trying to. My buddy James might do it, but his wife, and she's doing well now. Thankfully, she had to have a surgery. She had a breast cancer, and they had to do some surgery. So he's very much up in the air, and he's a good man, and she's a sweet lady. So hopefully everything goes well.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know, and I would love to have him. I would, because he actually went to acting school. He was bored in college and went to acting school. He can actually act, so he's really good at it too. And so I'd love to have him, but you know, he and I are talking back and forth still, and hopefully he's hoping by March he's feeling well enough to where he can break away for a day, do this. It's only a day, and then he can go back up on his
That'd
life.
be nice.
Yeah.
Be good for him too, probably.
It'd be good for him.
Get
Be
away-
good for him. Get him out of the house. Do something
Mhm.
fun and different. And like I said, he's a great guy, and I'd love to have him. So, but I might be looking for someone to play Todd in that. And I kind of gave him a douchey name. I've thought about changing it. I don't like the name Todd. It's such a I don't know Todd.
Todd.
You know? That's actually where it came
Yeah.
from, by the
Christmas
way. Yeah.
vacation. Yeah.
When I first wrote him, he was exactly like he looked like him in my head, and I'm like, oh, that's just wrong. I gotta fix this.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. It might work. Todd's all right.
Todd's okay. Yeah, you know.
It's okay.
And I don't have last names for him because I don't write ethnicities when I write my characters, because I always feel when you're making a film that limits you. So
Yeah.
if you're very specific, she looks like this is her skin tone, this is what she does, it really limits you. So not having a massive variety of, I mean, we're in Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, we got Orange Park. Yeah, you got Middleburg, and but you don't have that. You don't have the Hollywood people near you, for acting. So I need to open that pool more. So I don't really care about what they look like.
Yeah.
I don't. I absolutely do not care about that. I just want them to be able to do it. So they don't have last names yet. So we'll get them the last names once I get people in, and when we get everything kind of set there.
See the actors first. And
Yeah.
then, oh, okay. Yeah. that makes
And
sense.
see who's going to play that role, because you don't
Yeah.
want a person who's from India with the last name Smith. It's
Yeah,
just not going to work.
exactly.
It is what it is. And if I have to change the first name, I can change the first name. It's fine. It's easy to do. But so a couple things are placeholders for me. The title's always a placeholder. Title's named after a song. Everything I write starts off as the name of a song that I'm listening to when I come up with the idea. It's weird. The song is New Day from Carnival. I love that song. It's a great song, and perfect. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll leave it for that for now.
Yeah,
It'll
for
probably
now.
change. I'll come up with something later. But so that how I come up with that, and then I got the two female leads. They're going to be the ones that are there the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 15 days roughly of shooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. And they're not short days.
Mm-hmm.
John's, when we're filming at John's, we'll probably start about 8. We'll probably go to about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And then at Tommy's, because a lot of the Tommy stuff is in the evening, we'll probably start about 11 and probably go to about 11.
Mm-hmm.
It'll work better for Tommy's because her dad works out at her house. So if we do it later in the day, he won't be there.
Yeah.
So he won't have to run back and forth. We'll be out of his way, and he'll be out of our way, and we won't be bumping into each other and shit and pissing each other off. Yeah, I mean, that can happen. That's things you got to think about. And then I got to work my schedule in with Phoebe and maybe Kayla. Hopefully Kayla signs on, which is Phoebe's daughter. They work. They don't work a lot. Kayla's like 2 days a week, and then Phoebe's like 2 to 3 days a week. But I still got to work around that.
Yeah.
I got to figure out when I can have them. And Tommy, she's free pretty much anytime I need her, you know, and so that's good. And she's kind of unofficially the AD. She's the assistant director, so she's gonna be, hey, we need coffee.
Should be the gopher.
She kind of sort of. She's kind of like, yeah, I can do that, you know. And I'll teach her how to hold the boom mic and stuff like that, and how to do some things. Well, matter of fact, when I shoot that commercial, I might shoot it with the three of them, so they get an idea of how things work on a set, you know. I don't have the clearest view sometimes on how things work. This is my first actual like
big production
non-Bicker bunch studio thing. You know, this is my first on my own. You know, I went from having a team to not having anybody. So Matthew was originally my producer. Now I'm the producer. So it's like, oh shit, you know. So it's I'm having to learn how to produce, and made some mistakes, made some good things, you know, but you learn from them and just keep going. But it's that's a lot of work. Man, that production stuff is a lot. Directing is actually seeming pretty easy right now. Once I get my vision out, like, this is what we're going to look like. Okay, cool. Let's do it. You, here, you, there, act. You know, there's a little bit more than that to it, of course. That's not going to be as bad, but it's the production side of it is. My hair's getting grayer.
Well,
but it's weirdly fun though. You do kind of find a good time with it.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be fun. So
yeah, you're making a movie. I mean, why get stressed out and angry?
Yeah.
That's why I never understood angry actors. You're making a friggin' movie. I guess when it comes to a $250 million budget, people are a little bit tense.
Well, you got the people that put that $250 million out there breathing down your neck.
Yeah,
so,
I get that.
They want to make money. So.
You know, but when it's a small, like we're a micro budget, what they call a micro budget film. So I don't know. It's going to be fun. Let's just have fun. I mean, it's not millions of dollars on the line here, you know. It's a lot of money on the line, but it's not quite, you know, it's not going to destroy anybody's life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a car.
Yeah.
You know. We pretty much have a car payment over a over something that's like an entire neighborhood, you know, like Disney has. So it's a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier to deal with, and a little bit more stressful to deal with because every penny is got to be accounted for. So that's what I got going on.
Yeah.
You know, any questions?
No, I really don't have any questions. You know, the whole movie thing. For me, I'm not a big movie fan. I'm not a big movie watcher. Yeah. You know, I never have been in my whole life.
Really?
You know?
Yeah, Matthew's the same way.
Yeah, I just don't watch a lot of movies. Yeah. The last movie I saw in a theater was Casablanca. Not that I'm that old, but but they have this thing here in one of our local theaters. Is flashback cinema, they call it, and they show old movies twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I saw Casablanca because I had never seen it.
Yeah.
And your mom and I said, let's go to the movie to see Casablanca. And what a fantastic movie that
is. I told you. You guys, everybody, every time I say that is the best movie ever made, everybody looks at me, I don't know, there's Citizen Kane and there's this, The Godfather. Casablanca. That movie is fantastic.
Yeah, I've watched it 4 or 5 times since. I mean, that's probably one of the movies, the only movies I've watched. Well, we watched that Elvis movie the other day. That was somewhat disappointing, I think. I don't know. It was okay.
I wouldn't have made it like that.
Yeah, it was all done on soundstage, I think.
And I didn't like that.
Weird.
Yeah, and it looked
filming
weird.
Of it didn't look good.
Didn't look real. See, that's what I have to have. I mean, that's why I'm putting those stupid details in, like the restaurants and stuff like that, because I have to have it look real.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell a real human story, you might want to make it look like a real human story.
But the acting is really good.
Fantastic.
I mean, really
good. That was good. They deserve any Academy Award. They didn't win any.
They didn't win any. It was nominated for Best Picture, though, and I was like,
it's far from that.
The Best Picture? If that's the Best Picture of the year, then
It was a weak
movie
year.
industry's got a shitty place.
Well,
right
COVID
now.
really screwed up.
COVID screwed up everything.
Oh my God, are they screwed up right now? And they're still trying to come out of it, you know. And like DC they canceled everything just about it. Warner Brothers DC, the DC comic book stuff, their superhero shit, they just were starting over, you know. And they had to. They didn't have much of a choice because with the COVID thing and then bad business decisions, and they couldn't recover it, so they just all right, we're writing it off, and they lost a shitload of money. I think they spent $90 million on the Batgirl movie and just went right off. Yeah, $90 million on a movie and just said nope, we're not doing it. We're not releasing it. It's crap. We can't do it. You know, and it's like, all right, well, at least you were smart enough to go, we're not putting this piece of shit out.
Yeah. You know, there's not a lot of movies I really want to sit down and watch. That's my problem. Something's got to really interest me.
Yeah.
And the whole Elvis thing interested me because I've been reading a book. And it's a book about, it's one of those killing books by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. You know, the whole series. It's Killing the Superstars or something like that. But it's Elvis, John Lennon, and Muhammad Ali. He talks in the one book about how they lived and died their crazy lives and how they're manipulated and
they very much
so on and so forth. And I had just finished the Elvis part of the book, but hey, let's watch this movie, you know. And I didn't really like the movie that much. It was okay.
It was fine.
You know,
movies that I've seen this year, my favorite one still, well, there's two that I really liked. The Chef.
That one was okay.
John
I watched
Favreau.
that with you. Yeah.
That was a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
But I like those kind of stories, right? I like I call them human stories. I know it sounds stupid and lame and pretentious, but that's kind of what it is. It's solely about a person trying to figure himself out. I like those stories. Those are great stories. Something we can all relate to. And Clerks 3, which is a lot of the same thing. It's kind of that same piece. I
would like to see the Oppenheimer movie.
That's Christopher Nolan. That's my boy.
I hope it's not one of those 4-hour epic things though.
It's a Christopher Nolan movie, so it's about
that's what I'm afraid
2.5 to 2 hours and 45.
Yeah,
at the minimum.
I just can't sit through that. I get bored.
Interstellar is
because I also read a book about the development of the bomb.
Yeah,
and I'll talk about that maybe next podcast. But
there's
some books I'd like to.
My plan for that on the podcast in the future, especially with me being as busy as I'm going to be in March and April, we're going to probably record a couple of these. We are going to do twice a month. I'm gonna set that up.
We haven't been very good at that,
guys. I thank you for your patience with me. We're gonna record a couple this week, and we're gonna get these out the way we need to. Be much more on time, much better about a lot of things. I can do that. I can stop what I'm doing. This is a nice break. From all this movie stuff, right? I can step back.
It doesn't take very long either.
I can talk with my dad, which is always nice. We can figure these things out, and we can push it along, and we can get these things out, and we can do it right. And we haven't been doing it right. We've been doing it better, but not as right as I think we should be.
Yeah.
And so we're going to work on that this week. We're going to get that settled, so you'll start seeing a little bit more consistently. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, a couple topics I'd like to hit. I would also like to hit copyright.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
And copyright theft and what goes on with torrent users. Like somebody I know who I love very much, but I'm gonna give him shit for it every time he does it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I won't throw him out on this one, but I like to talk about that. And
that's a good topic.
And how that is theft. I'm sorry, that's theft.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
it's like the old music.
Yeah.
Days,
the Napster days.
Napster. That's it. I was trying to think of the name of that. Yeah, where people were just outright stealing
people's work.
You
put, I'm making a movie. If you know how much work is going into a movie, I see why not that many people do it. It's a lot of work. And the reward is either amazing or you're just like, well, shit, I guess I gotta go figure out something else.
Well, that didn't work.
That wasn't very good. Let's move on. But it's. But I'd like to talk about that too, and maybe those will be in our next couple topics. Books, like I'm reading the Witcher series right now. Love it, fantastic series.
Yeah,
I'm not even into I hate fantasy.
I'm an avid reader, and I'd like to talk about some of the better books that I read, like in the last year.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I definitely do that.
Ones that I would recommend other people read, maybe. And of course, you might not like them, but
yeah,
you probably don't like what I like, but
yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
okay.
matter.
I know.
But I'll put them out there, and maybe I used to one of my favorite people, I guess, in the world was the Rush drummer Neil Peart, and he was also, in my view, a fantastic writer.
Yes, he was.
Lyric writer and prose writer.
Yes.
And I used to go on his website when I was looking for something to read, and he always did book reviews because he read thousands of books. That guy was, especially when they were touring and stuff, you get all that downtime. He read books, and that's how he got interested in becoming a writer, was reading.
Yeah.
And and he would put book reviews on his website, and I would go there, and I found a lot of good reading, from his book reviews. And so I missed that. He died, 3 years ago now? 2-3 years ago. And I miss his book reviews, and I miss his writing terribly. He was such a good writer. But so I thought I might talk about some books that I read.
No, that's cool.
Some recent reads. I'm not going to go way back.
No. I wish I had more time to read.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about retirement.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, and it's not
I'm
like
gonna read a book.
And people always do that. Like, yeah, but Nick, you don't work 9 to 5. I understand. I don't work 9 to 5, but a lot of my energy is put into creative stuff, and then my video games that I play at night is I don't want to think anymore. I've been thinking all day. I need to sit down here. I'm just going to stare at the screen and play Madden football until I get bored with that, and I'm going to go back to something else, So, yeah, no, it's...
But we'll try to get some more consistent... Well, I know we say that every podcast.
But no, we're going to do it this time.
We'll
I have a plan now, and now that I figured out how to do some things, we can enact that plan, you know. I don't want to necessarily make this a job, but, still have fun doing it. But it's going to be one of those.
We'll get a couple in the can. I've got some eye surgery coming up. So
yeah, I want to fix that for that, too.
So I'll be out. That's only a few days, though.
Yeah.
It's cataract surgery. It takes about a week.
Okay.
Before I can read again. But that's terrible because I can't read them.
Oh, no.
That's my hobby. That's my life. I read, So.
Yeah. So we'll get that... we'll get that going, and we're slowly, we'll have a website up soon. I have to wait for the state to get me my business license. They're a little slow about it here.
How long that could be?
The 14th.
Oh, wow, that ain't bad.
No, it's not too bad at all. Looks like it's all going through. They're reviewing it now. It looks like it's going through. According to all of the, I do everything through LegalZoom because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that. I'm going to let they do. I've owned, 4 businesses in my life, and, well, no, 3. This is my 4th. And I honestly couldn't tell you how I set those things up. I mean, Bicker Bunch Matthew did, Can Tripping Matthew did. But Nerdtopia, that was all me. I set that whole thing up. That was my video game store. And I was so damn busy. I was like, you know what? How much does LegalZoom charge to do this? Nothing. Go for it.
Go for it. Make it happen.
So they did. They send you a big file with all of your stuff and your tax crap and your EIN and all that BS, which I don't think I really need. Yeah, I will when I file taxes at the end of the year.
If you got a payroll, you're going to need.
Yeah, it's a very it's all contractual payroll, but yeah, it is still a payroll and it's still all tax deductible. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm spending money. I'm not exactly going to be. Maybe I'll make money, but as of now, it's not going to cost anything tax-wise to do this. Might break is 0 on that one, but yeah, no, it's the easiest way to start a business, and they don't sponsor us, but they're fantastic.
Yeah,
they do such a great job.
Nobody sponsors us.
Nobody sponsors us.
We're totally independent.
100%. In so many areas of my life, I'm independent.
But if you want to sponsor.
Yeah.
somebody,
Let us know.
Reach out.
You want to help add a little bit of padding to a film budget? Reach out. I'm always around. But
charity's always welcome.
charity's always welcome. Yes. But we'll have that website up. Hopefully, I'm just kind of putting it together now, which is I got to do. Well, no, I got to take Milo to get his nails trimmed and then bring him back, and then I got to read over a contract. So maybe tomorrow I'll start working on the website. I have the logo done, and that took forever to do. As you'll see it all over the page now. It's all over our page. It's the Bicker Bunch is still there too. So I have it like Bicker Bunch / Crazy Blue Squirrel because everything's on it. I absorbed it. I just took it.
Yeah.
You know, the other people who own that they kind of already closed it, so they moved to France. I'm the only actual owner still here, so it's mine. So, I
yours
claim
now.
it. It's mine now. So for better or for worse, I'm not sure yet, but it's mine
we'll
now.
See.
So
and the Bicker Bunch probably need to move away from that anyway because there's like two of us.
Yeah, we're not we don't
really
bicker and we're not a bunch. So we'll eventually be the Blue Squirrel one year or something. I'll come up with a cool name for it. I don't know.
Figure it out. But if in the meantime, leave the Bicker Bunch there because there's a lot of content there.
Yeah, and that's going to be the same page. It's all going to be connected to that page because that's also how I show my work that I've done filming-wise. I have a lot of filming work on that site.
Right.
Between the cooking show, between our little short things that we did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those cooking things, they're a big production.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I had to do all that. I was the sound guy, the director, the cinematographer on that. I did all of that, and it was a lot of fun. But that's all I got this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything.
No, I'm good.
You know, we will see you guys in a few weeks.
To our next one.
Yeah.
We'll get that going. I'll start putting that together.
Yeah, I will too. Like I said, today I got a few things to do. Tomorrow, I have a meeting with my cinematographer tomorrow. And I got to work on the website. And I got to start collecting data for actors and actresses. So
yeah, well, give me a couple days to put.
Yeah, so I'm going to need a couple days anyway.
So I'm looking forward to the next one.
I am too, and I'm really excited. And wish us luck if you're out there, and if you're interested in your local Jacksonville person, we're going to try to get this podcast out a little bit more, bigger reach. And you're interested in acting, and you like to act, and you're between the ages. I said Alexis is 20 to 25, Beth is 35 to 45. Hit me up, Blue Squirrel Productions. The reason at gmail.com. The reason it's different is because I made the email before I made the actual name of the business.
Oh.
So I got a little screw up. The business is actually Crazy Blue Squirrel Films. I'm gonna fix the email later, but it's done. I got other shit to worry about, so we'll just leave it the way it is.
Blue Squirrel Productions at gmail.com.
Yep. Okay. That is my email address. So if you have anybody who wants to, anybody who wants to act, wants to do a film, and they're cheap, because I have a rate that I have to keep, I have the SAG rate. I'm going with the Screen Actors Guild rate for independent film. Mm-hmm. So it's $230 a day, which is still good money, for 15 days. It's not bad money. Yeah. For 15 days worth of work, that's pretty good money. I wish I could do that. So
maybe I should be an actor.
Yeah.
Too late now. I'm too old and ugly.
That's why do you think I'm behind the camera?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I might have to play there's a couple of homeless people in there. I might have to play a homeless guy in this.
Maybe I could do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to get all dirty and stuff. And yeah, which, isn't hard for me. I just don't shave for a week, and I'd look like a homeless guy. So, but yeah, so we got that going on, and look out for that. And the more changes are coming, slowly but surely. A lot has happened in the past couple months, so bear with us on that, and we will be better, I promise you. So,
okay.
And that's all I got.
That's all I have.
All right.
Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, until next time, have a wonderful day. Thanks, and bye-bye.